Hi everybody, just before I get into the video, I'd just like to quickly mention, when I was editing the video, I noticed that the lights, in the video, the screen was kind of flashing, the lights were flashing, and I'm not entirely sure why that was. I think it was because I was filming it in 60 FPS, and it was pretty annoying, and I don't really have a way to reshoot those parts, so I'm afraid, I'm afraid that's probably a trend with a lot of my videos. However, it has been fixed now, so yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on the airport. I am going to make the stream that runs through the middle of the airport. Now, as crazy as a stream running through an airport may seem, this is what happens at Edinburgh. I'm not joking. Now, I've already made this part of the stream that you can see in front of you, but I just kind of did this as I didn't really know what I was doing. It was kind of an experiment, but it worked out pretty well in the end. So I'm going to show you how I do this part right here, as you can see. Now, I have already made a start, but if you come over here, you can see how I kind of built up this start. So I started with this 5mm foam board. Then I just kind of cut it into strips and ran it along the sides just to kind of build up the landscape around the stream. And then I just used some quick drying filler just to fill in any gaps, kind of smooth out the imperfections, which just gave it a much smoother, more natural look. Then a final coat of brown paint just to hide any gaps that could happen. And then a bit of modelling grass, and we get here. Now, just to make the water kind of effect, it's actually really simple. Just what I did is I just mixed up some brown and grey paint to make some, a mix of the two. And then I went over it with some gloss Mod Podge. So that's all you need. It'll do the business, and you get a really nice effect that I think looks quite similar to water. Alright, so as you can see, I have packed away all the aircraft, all the GSE, and we are ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna start the process by just applying a base layer of scatter grass. I'm just going to use Mod Podge to secure down the scatter, and I will bring you back to me once I am applying the scatter. Here we go, we're going to be applying the blended turf. Now, the way I'd advise doing this, so you can waste as little as possible, is just get a bit in your finger and then just kind of sprinkle it over the area you want to cover. And just by doing this, you'll save a lot instead of just pouring it over, which I did before. And when you go over it with the Hoover, you lose like half the bag. Now, again, this is only going to be the first coat of 2 for me, so I'm not too bothered about any imperfections. And I'm just going to wait probably a couple hours for that to dry, make sure it's everything's held down securely before I go over it with the Hoover. And then I'll start adding in some of the details. Okay, the glue has dried. I've just gone over it with the Hoover, so we're left with a nice finish. But as you can see, there's a clear kind of gap where the grass and the scatter, where the grass ends and the scatter begins. So yeah, that'll sort that out later. But for now, I want to build the tunnel that the water goes into when it goes, because it has to go under this taxiway here. So yeah, just gonna build that tunnel. That'll be what I do now. Okay, welcome to my workbench. I've got a picture up of the thing I'm trying to build on Google Images. I've got some 2mm card and I've got some measurements. Let's do this. Got the measurements drawn up, just gonna cut them out. Okay, so I've got some pieces here. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of building it on the layout, I'm just gonna build it as one, and then it'll be much easier to paint, and I can just glue it in as a whole at the end. Okay, just added the final pieces. This is how we are looking. I'm just gonna let the glue dry and then I'll paint it. And a lick of paint later, we have a result which I'm pretty happy with. Okay, right, I'm now applying the bushes to the sides of the riverbank. Bush is done, time to add the second layer of grass. It is now the next day and everything is rock hard. I quickly painted over the filler just with some brown paint, and that's almost dry. So when that fully dries, I will just go over it with some more scatter and just tidy up the rest of this kind of area at the back. Okay, and with that, the stream is pretty much complete. Now there's much more, loads of smaller details like adding railings to that bridge and adding kind of smaller accessories, but I'd say pretty much this part of it is done. It's quite a random thing to have at an airport. I guess Edinburgh is quite a random airport, but I think it looks pretty cool. It gives the airport some character. If you are interested, there will probably be an airport update coming out tonight, just because it's a really nice evening where I am. There's a really nice kind of light coming through the window, perfect lighting for an airport update, so I will probably be making one later. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Really sorry about the camera issues throughout the video with the flashing lights. That shouldn't happen again, it won't happen again. But thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.